I'm a scientist by training, and I have a PhD in immunology and genetics. After my academic years, I have around 8.5 years of industry experience within the domain of clinical development as well as, elite sciences. So during my PhD years and academic years, I had the opportunity of being mentored by some amazing mentors, and I have had the chance to upskill myself in not alone the academic domains, as well as I kept on learning. Like I've done certifications in bioinformatics, clinical trial data management, as well as pharmacovigilance. So that is about the my academic years. After that, after the research years, I have had positions of increasing responsibility within the industry, and I have been a clinical expert for around 8 years, more than 8 years here. So that is what I do. I really love the second part of your question, which is like, what is the perk? So I would say I enjoy. So what we do here in the pharma industry is do end-to-end drug discovery. I'm part of a domain where I am impacting lives every day on an everyday basis. So I would say that is what drives me. And I think that would in fact stand out as the biggest perk of my day-to-day work, I would say. Apart from work, I enjoy doing, watercoloring. I enjoy doing volunteering activities. I have been a volunteer for almost last 18 years. And I've held a lot of, I've led, in fact, many initiatives of these NGO management and CSR things. So before I forget, I also have a certification in NGO management and CSR entrepreneurship. So that is that is what drives me as well, in addition to the impacting lives piece of my clinical trial work that I do for the day-to-day work in the industry, I would say. So I think we are right now placed at the right at the right time in this, exponential growth journey of AI and ML technologies. And we can clearly see that pharma and healthcare domains, they are trying to look for as many as use cases they can find uh, to place themselves within these advancements which are happening in fact on everyday basis. So if you talk about specifically about drug discovery, I think we can see the use case of NLP. So we can see that the NLPs can be used for extracting insights out of the unstructured database which are there scattered within the healthcare or pharma industry. These are databases, these are data which are collected via different sources, they are in different formats. If we use NLP and we are able to extract insights out of these unstructured databases or data sets, I would say that can be a very interesting use case. And we do have studies kind of substantiating that thought process here. We do have, so if we talk about end-to-end clinical trial as well as end-to-end drug development, we have several use cases of be it target identification of the drugs, be it clinical trial optimization, adaptive designing, or aiding the further steps within the drug discovery. So we do have these use cases. We have a couple of very interesting use cases if we see about image analysis. So image data in itself within the healthcare and pharma domain is one of the most plentiful of the data sets which are there. Uh, Making insights and drawing insightful data sets out of those image data is something which can be looked upon. And we do have many peer reviewed articles, we do have many studies which are being done across major institutions as well as industries to how to harness AI and ML use the image data that we already have collected using all these studies. So I think we do have multiple, we can just keep on naming them. We have multiple use cases within pharma domain, and we are in fact placed at the right time, if we can say that, because this is the age of AI and ML, if we can say that. So yeah, so I think we are placed at the right time here from pharma domain, I would say. Coming to innovation itself is of critical, it's very critical for pharma industry, if we can say that, because we work on innovative drugs. We provide drugs for unmet medical needs. If we do not innovate, we cannot address these challenges that we face each and every day. We've seen how COVID posed a big challenge for the entire healthcare industry as well as the pharma industry. So innovation is at the heart of pharma industry here today. Uh, Talking about design thinking. So design thinking can be said as step by step ideation. So design thinking starts with empathizing with the customer. For us, that's the patient. Then moving ahead, ideating, then developing the prototype, where we in fact develop the MVP, which is the minimum viable product, testing the prototype in the customers, that is the patients, then going back and tweaking based on the feedback or the insights that we get from the customers. So design thinking, step by step, if we see, it's actually fueling the innovation and is at the heart of drug development, I would say. So it's something which is inherent to what we do in a day-to-day basis. We try to find novel drug targets. We try to find novel medicines for all the unmet medical needs. So I think design thinking is something which is something which is part of life for us, I would say. So if we talk about pharma industry per se, so here we are talking about a highly regulated environment. We have a very niche domain specific requirements if we talk about skill sets. These can be, from various. So we do, I think these we are talking about graduates from various disciplines. But within my domain, if we talk about, I think because of this being very niche and very specific, I understand it can be a big challenge. So I think what I see here is if we can kind of prime and educate the students, or the fresh graduates out of college about what are the roles which can be taken up later on in their career. Like if they are studying something, can they go ahead and become any other? Can they take up certain specific roles within the pharma domain, even if they are training in pharmacology, be it life sciences or any other biological sciences? So I think that is something I would kind of align towards as an approach to kind of prime these people who are freshers or graduates in order to fit for fitting towards the roles that we kind of offer in pharma industry, I would say, because we do have various roles. I mean, we do end-to-end clinical trials. We do have pharma, other commercial domains as well. But many times the challenge can be because the fresh graduates or the kids out of college, they are not well primed to understand what is actually needed for that job. So maybe we can kind of prime these students or fresh graduates well ahead in time, so that they are better suited for our roles in industry. So that is kind of a win-win situation. They are getting the roles, and we are also getting the well primed and kind of passionate people to work in our domains. I would say yes, I agree with you. I think for me, I would say persistence is something, is one of the traits that, in fact, is needed across all domains, across all kind of levels, be it matrix organization, be it hierarchical kind of organization. Persistence, and then, of course, you have to have passion for what you do, the drive for what you're doing. It can definitely bring you, it can take you places, it can definitely bring you success. Then agility, I mean the adaptability. I mean, how are you able, where do you stand in the learning curve? If you get a challenge today, or if something changes tomorrow, what if your job is completely changed and you have something which is coming up afresh to you? Are you able to adapt, and are you able to kind of learn? Where do you see yourself in the learning curve in those situations? So I think being adaptable, being flexible, and being learner, I would say being a continuous learner, being persistence is something, I would say, are some of the traits which are definitely needed across all, all levels of any organization, I would say, for anybody who's working towards success. In addition, I think a couple of things are, of course, you have to feel the drive for what you do at work. I mean, if you like what you do, of course, we'll have the kind of passion and the drive to do what you're doing. So I would say that kind of aligns with your purpose of life, if you are able to find that. So I think these are a couple of my, that's my opinion, I would say.